sorry. See, you're so natural.
Hey,
thought
Bobby.
it's a natural conversation.
No, we were talking about how guys who are rich have it the best because they buy cars and they don't pay for cars. Cars are free for them. They buy nice cars, expensive cars, ultra hyper cars.
Ultra ones.
Ones you know.
Yeah, so like, okay, we just came off the launch of the McLaren Elva. So I actually started my video with like, technically this car is free because however much you spend on it, okay, let's say the Elva is 10 million, alright? You spend 10 million on it, it's worth 10 million. After a few years, it's worth 11, 12, 13, 14. It's an appreciating asset. If you can afford to buy it at the first place, right, it is technically free because it doesn't cost you anything.
Correct.
Yeah. Same goes with the McLaren Mercedes SLR, right? Sterling Moss.
The
The
Monza.
Ferrari Monza SP1, SP2. I don't know what's called the McLaren one. The Lamborghini one. I don't know what is it called. Yeah. Even Aston Martin's one. I don't know what is it called.
Aston Martin calls a V12 Speedster.
V12 Speedster. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, this type of car, speedsters. You know, they are so rare, so ultra high performance. You know,
But are they usable? I guess, or do they care about being usable?
No, they're not usable. See, people who buy these, right? They already have many cars.
Yeah.
So, somebody's car. Okay, that's right. They already have many cars, so they don't need the like the one with the windshield, right? I was like, if you're buying this, please don't spec the windshield, you know, because yes, without the windshield, you need goggles, you need helmets, you need all that, right? Yeah.
The front spoiler is a good party trick.
Oh
with the non windshield one.
The one without the windshield, they have the simulated. Pushes the air over it.
It's called the Oasis of Calm.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Let me make it a little bit colder. Anyway, first time I'm sitting in Tana's.
My wife's car.
Okay, your wife's.
My wife keep getting upset because we went for the Jindela, right? The unit is actually her unit. You said, Tana bought. And she said, under my name, you know. This is my wife's car. Guess what? This is your wife's. This is your car. Yeah, family car, you know.
But how has it been?
It's the byway of my house now. Everywhere we go, that's what we use. People talk about the fact that the plug-in hybrid is because why only 20 km.
Yeah.
But anywhere we go to send our kids back or pasta or whatever, it's always about 30-40 km or maximum.
Yeah.
So it's like we like never pump fuel because it's just keep using that like now.
You know, if you fully charge the car, right?
Yeah.
Can you force it into a mode whereby
you can.
It doesn't fire up the engine?
You can.
Okay. Can I throw you a challenge?
Yes.
You fully charge up your car.
Yeah.
And you put it in that mode.
Yeah.
And then on a rainy day, you go to a parking lot. You imagine, and then you put your handbrake. It is something that will never be able to be done by any other car out there.
Say again?
It is
how?
An EV with
drifting.
an electric, with a manual parking brake.
I see. Correct.
There's no such thing in the world, you know.
No, like I used to give hard time to BM, like BM, all this, like, no? But the more I drive this car, the more I understand. Like, for example, if you drive a 330e and you drive it like sensibly, quietly, you won't enjoy the car. You know why? Because if you don't touch the car, it's only on the petrol engine, and the car's a bit rough, you know. But if you make it a bit more harder, the car will charge by itself. It will charge, you know. So like I can't start with 0, I didn't charge like, and now it's 15%. So you must start the car a bit more harder, and then it's nice. You know, it's really nice. It's crisp when you push it a bit. So so BM is
and then hard braking.
Yeah, it's a driver's car, lah. Driver's car, man. My wife is so in love with the handling. First time in my life, when my wife drove the car, she said, oh, the new 330e, the body roller is more than the older one. I was like, I felt impressed. She used the word body roll.
Yeah, this car is, I mean,
for the price you pay for, I mean, tell you, bro, it's like, it's a steal.
Right, it is.
So coming back to the story about free cars, I've been toying with the idea of cars that I buy for my retirement, like older age, cars you buy, you won't lose money. Instead of putting money in FD, you buy a car there. What would you buy, Bobby? Let's say a million ringgit or 500k you have. Instead of putting FD, earning little interest, what would you buy and just You know what is there, like, you appreciate. No worry.
1 million.
Bit
I
hard,
would buy a Mercedes Benz
Like?
SLS AMG. Or no lah.
No lah,
I mean
SLS is good lah.
appreciating ones or cars that won't lose money at 1 million. I think that's the only one. SLS AMG. I can't think of others. I mean, I can't buy a 812 with that price. With 1 million, I cannot afford a 812. I can probably afford a used FF with 1 million, but FF will depreciate. So
I've been thinking about the Ferraris that were more like the V12 Ferraris, not the V8, the sportier ones, but like the front engine. And
like the FF or the 812 or F12. You know?
So I think those cars in the future, I think, because now it's like pretty low now. Some of them, the older ones.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be able to keep at the 1 million level for like 5-10 years. Keeping at that value, they won't. They will still go down. Oh, what is this guy doing? Why? Is he? Anyway, yeah.
He's sad, bro.
Yeah.
It's Exora. He's sad because the car's going to be obsolete soon. Total is launching their new 7-seater, and then they're like, oh shit, gone no. Sad, no? You want an accident?
You know one thing I like about BMW is that you can sit very low in the car.
Oh yeah.
You can put the seat so low. Just now I was like, hey, why the car feels so small? Okay, the seats are too high, so I put myself down and then so comfortable like that.
And also coming from a bigger car to a smaller car, I appreciate cars of a certain size. I mean, having it in a tight platform, it feels more. I don't know. It just feels tight. I don't know. It's in a better spot.
Actually, this is the 3 Series A4 C-Class segment, right? It's actually the best size, I would say. It's just nice for enthusiastic drives, and it's just enough for family duties.
Yep.
You go A6 E-Class, right? It's a little bit too big, right?
Yeah,
right.
I had that, but now when I look back, like when I enter the car out, like I must go here.
This is so zippy.
Oh yeah, zippy.
Right.
I will just
And you go one segment smaller, it's no longer comfortable.
Oh yes.
Right.
I cannot tahan.
Yeah, this segment is perfect.
I'm so in love with the 3 Series now. Like when I'm looking at cars, like how do I collect the other 3 Series?
Bro, you just bought the E36, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking of buying another one to sell this and buy the other 336.
Ayo. Okay, if you want to collect, you collect the 2 doors.
Yeah.
E36 Coupe, E46 Coupe, you know.
I mean, not to collect, but it's more like how you know. If someone give me a car to drive,
Yep.
I would never drive the car harsh because it's not my car. That's the way I do. Like anybody give me a car to review or whatever, I would never crash the car. Never. But I also want to drive the car. So my only answer is I buy the car, I drive the crash the car.
So that you can trash it.
Crash it, and like not trash it, like use it to the max, and then I can just sell off it. So that's my thing,
Yeah.
You know, it's more of I cannot crash. I cannot even the test car we get probably. I cannot go and push it hard or whatever. I cannot. Sorry.
Okay, I want to ask you things. Now that you come into BMW ownership,
Yes.
right? Coming from an Audi guy, famous Audi guy.
Yes.
All right, you come into BMW ownership. What are the things that surprise you and then makes you love them? BMWs.
I hate the fact. This is hate. What I hate about BMWs, when the fuel is lower, they give you an alarm, and I'm like, what's wrong with the car? I look around. What's wrong?
Oh,
like,
look at that, 8 Series. That's an 8 Series.
Yeah. And then like, what's wrong? I'm like, oh shit, fuel. Refill please. So BMW needs to get their act together. Different audible sounds for different issues level. But then everything is like ding dong ding like
Sorry, I'm just looking at this.
How beautiful,
M850i. I'm not sure about being beautiful or not. I mean, the fact that it's so expensive, right? It makes it a very, very rare car now.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Nice.
1/1,000,000.
I wouldn't buy it, sorry. No.
You know, it's smaller than my 6 Series.
I can imagine.
It is smaller. Anyway.
So yeah, the sound annoys me. I hate the fact, this is hate, I hate the fact their steering does nothing. Coming from Audi to here, their steering is so unusable. Because Audi, everything can do the steering itself.
Like what?
Like, there's more things you can access over here. Here's the cruise control here. And here your radio mode, volume, that's it. But Audi can go to the menu and go in and out, whatever. A lot of things you can do in the menu itself. In the Audi.
There's that middle screen that you can toggle between
And all that.
music, radio,
But
everything.
even
right?
the car systems, whatever, the
Yeah.
meter, here nothing. So I find it's a waste of opportunity in the steering with BMW.
Yeah.
I find it's a loss, lah. You know.
But I think it's a case of different generation and segment.
Well, even the new one, Bobby, is like, what can you access? So yeah, I mean the steering and the display, that's a bit lost.
Yeah.
But the driving feel and dynamics.
Yeah.
This it's not a sporty car, but even this you get like the way it pushes your back.
Yeah.
The rear wheel drive, to tell you, is something magnificent, glorious.
Yeah.
It is. Sorry lah, Audi. No matter how nice your car is, rear wheel drive cars.
I tell you, yesterday's drive.
Yeah.
So yesterday I was playing with like 458s, Turbo S, 765 LT and all that, right? I love the RS6 now.
Why?
Okay, after the DNA tune, right?
Yep.
Okay, one thing you will notice lah,
Yeah.
VAG group cars, you put into sports mode, on-off throttle.
Yeah.
The car will do this, right?
Yes.
After Mike tuned my car, that thing is completely gone.
The gearbox lah.
Yes. So what that means, right, is that during mid turns, I can choose, once the car has completely set properly, I can choose to throttle or off throttle at different. See, usually when you're doing high speed during a turn, right, the only thing you can do is whether you want to on the brakes a bit or off the brakes a bit, right? Or if you're in the NA, you can throttle lah. But in a car like that, especially a VAG group car in a dynamic or sports mode, right, on-off throttle, the car jerks, right?
Correct.
The car never does that. So yesterday, I'm like a crazy bullet train on bends, you know. The RS6, right? Yes, it doesn't have the BMW feel when you turn.
Correct.
That really organic, very flowy type of feel. Like the car doesn't fight you. But when it comes to putting power while you're turning, my God,
Correct.
the RS6 is so fast.
I find that like in my Audi, when I tuned the car,
Yeah.
the gearbox was way better than before.
Ah.
It shifts very easily.
I see.
Less vibration.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Very nice.
And also the fact that I now have 650 horsepower
Yeah.
instead of 560, right? It's
You can
just
tap out
crazy.
basic lah.
It's just crazy. Anyway, back to this car. The things that I like about BMW, right, is the way they dictate you to focus on driving.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that's how it was designed to be. Your complaint on the steering wheel buttons
Yeah,
is
yeah.
one thing.
Correct.
The fact that they came up with iDrive to control this is one thing, and how their speedometer is so easy to read. One glance,
Minimal mistake.
yes, one glance you get your information, right? And all the placement of buttons and all that, right? Everything is just so.
Which is why I like this generation. This gen with the F30 was perfectly. I mean, what I need is there.
Yes.
The new one, sorry to say,
They try to be a bit flashy.
It's a bit lost. You know what's important.
Yes.
Like if there was a sport mode
Yeah.
options,
Yeah.
that should be somewhere visible.
Yeah.
Opposed to being.
What's with the A-class sedan? Trying to prove something. Yes, my model is cancelled. You know that model is cancelled.
Yeah, I heard.
Mercedes cancelled the A-class sedan.
Correct. I heard.
Yeah, because it's a shit car. Okay, turn right. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's the F30 cabin.
It's not right.
Okay, one thing I would do if I were to buy an F30 like you lah, change the leather.
Oh,
It came with pretty crappy leather.
it's a bit hard, lah.
These are like the cheapest of the range lah, what they can find lah, but it's not damaged yet. So wait for some time. You change to some white color Napa leather. Right? Yeah, white color Napa looks good, right? Because your internal plastics are grey.
Yeah.
You contrast it with white leather, right?
I've seen one. I saw one for sale, isn't it? The white leather thing.
Oh yeah. If it has some Napa white leather, it would be nice. You know, yesterday the E-Class have this leather as well. Yeah. LK is like he opened the door. He went in. He was like, bro, E-Class, whoa, why this leather?
True.
Yeah. And actually I love this generation BMW. You know, it's a modern car with modern infotainment system. Let alone this one is a plug-in hybrid. with a handbrake.
Handbrake. Right.
You will never find this anymore. Imagine an EV, ooh, and then pulling the handbrake. That is something that. Then,
I'm going to find an empty car park which you can make it wet and then you can take
yes,
the cars,
yes. Hey, we need to keep left
Yeah.
to
I got
exit.
a few cars I want to try there.
Yeah. Yeah. So Tana is thoroughly enjoying his 330e. Alright, and I like the suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's comfortable. But now that I come in, it's noticeably smaller than the G20.
Oh yes.
Right.
Down,
Yeah, left side. I didn't realize the G20 is that big until now I come back to this.
My wife was saying,
Yeah.
you know, the G20
Yep.
felt like a 5 Series
Yes.
inside. So it didn't feel intimate enough. It didn't feel like you're one with the car.
Ah.
This car feels more like a small car.
Yes.
It's sporty. It is there. The sportiness is there.
Yep.
That car doesn't feel sporty. Sorry to say, like it's nice, comfortable. It's a great car.
Mm.
Doesn't feel small, tight, and sporty. The M2
Yeah.
may be sportier, but the 3 Series is not. The new
Yep.
one.
Yep.
This is nice, tight.
Yep. Lovely car. So glad to be with Tana doing some videos again. And I tested negative, he tested negative. Alright, so but if anything happened to us, it's somebody else's fault. Huh?
Yes.
Hey, left side. Cheers.